The game is called A Royal Beating. The Queen's jewels have been stolen, and it's your job to help get them back. My name's Luke and I'm the head art designer for the project. I've been working on the character designs and the sort of concept of what they look like, what their weapons could look like. And I've also designed the logo using like different fonts and like different weapons to accompany it.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I'm the lead area designer for A Royal Beating. My job and the group is to create the areas and create the sort of main basic structure of the levels so that we know some sort of example of what we want to create for the levels and what colour palettes we want to give them and what we want to be in the levels as well.
The game is going to be a side-scrolling 2.5D game, such as the camera will change between a 2D to a 3D environment. You will have a choice of different characters to play through the game, which each have their own unique combat styles, some being able to use magic, or some being able to use ranged abilities, some just being able to use swords and shields. There will be different pathways through each of the different levels, which will allow you to be able to change out your playstyle as you go through the level. Maybe one area will lead to a lot of gems and currency, or some could lead to a lot of enemies and give you more points.
Whilst on your journey, you'll be running over rooftops, through dense forests and buildings to try and get your loot back. You'll have to overcome many rage-inducing obstacles and puzzles and fights to get them back. Whilst doing this, you'll have to fight swarms of robbers, thieves and wild animals. As you gain more loot and more jewels, you can unlock new characters with different fighting styles to help you get through the game in a more enjoyable fashion.
At the start of the game, there will be two different characters you can play from. The first character is the King. He's the most balanced out of the characters you can play as. He's average in speed, power and like health. The weapon he uses is a broadsword, and he's the ideal character to start off with. Next is the Queen. She's the complete opposite to the King, where she's very fast moving on her feet and she hits quite rapid, but she also has low health, so she struggles to fight multiple enemies at one time because she'll fall easy. She's very strong at fighting enemies one-on-one. One of the playable characters you can unlock is the Jester. He's the fastest out of the playable characters, but he lacks in aim. So he can hit like from afar, which makes him very good from like fighting enemies from afar. When they get close though, he uses a chicken leg to hit them away. The last character you can play as is the Wizard. He's the most powerful out of all of the characters you can play from, but he is the slowest moving. He also lacks in health. This is because this will balance him out more, seeing as he's so strong he can fight multiple enemies at a time.
We came up with several game ideas that we thought would be appropriate for ideas for video games. However, we decided to choose this idea because we felt we could flesh it out a lot more and create a lot more ideas from it. The original idea was that you would play as a queen, but you'd have some sort of magic power to be able to get your jewels back from the thieves. It was going to be a basic, just normal 2D side-scroller that you'd play through and would be quite difficult with obstacles to overcome. However, we decided we wanted to make it a lot more entertaining to play. After some thought, we felt that just having it as a 2D side-scroller would feel quite repetitive. So we decided to sort of scrap the idea, but have the camera change so that it would flesh the areas out a lot more and characters out a lot more by making 3D, like parts of the level 3D. One of the other things we did as well was that we also added more characters to the game so it doesn't feel repetitive if you're playing the same character over and over again with the same skills, with the same actions. Also, we're going to have it just set in London, in parts of London where you'd be going back to get the jewels back from thieves. However, we scrapped that idea as well and went with more of just a fantasy look. Matches the feel of the game and makes it seem quite over the top.
We've put all the money in that we possibly can, and well, if you want to make this game a reality and help us make it as good as it possibly can be, then we're going to need your help.